Good morning. Happy Monday. It's the best day of the week, right? Hope it is for you guys. It's for me. I love Mondays. Okay, so there is something that I want to talk about with you guys, okay? And if you guys saw the comments, or if you guys saw the header, it's that, I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm not here to, hopefully make anybody feel uncomfortable. That's never what my intentions are. But I'm here to have you stop and listen, okay? And really take a hard look at yourself, all right? If you guys know, or if you guys don't know, one thing I'm grateful for is we have a system now to where I'm able to constantly text all my patients that are on a program. And so I have a goal to where I try and send a text like at least every 7 or 8 days to the patients that are on the program, right? Because I want to make sure that I'm involved in everything. So because of that, I get a lot more feedback, and I'm so grateful for that, right? But one of the things that I get probably once a week, right? Is either one, great, it's trying to connect. One, I'm following the protocol and it's not working, right? Or another one I might get, this is like within a month, right? Another one I might get is my doctor told me that I have to get off of it, okay? Or I might get, I could have just not ate and done this, okay? So I want to talk to you guys about that, okay? First and foremost, I'm going to tell you straight up right now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You are not following protocol if you're not losing. I'm sorry, I love you. That's what I'm here for, is we need to dive in and find out, where are you not, right? Maybe you think you are because maybe you're eating, right, the food, okay? But if you're not weighing it out, okay, you could have a difference in an apple with 100 calories. You could have a difference in 4 ounces of chicken to 6 ounces of chicken, 100 calories, okay? So you might be, I'm not denying that you're not eating the food that's on there, but I'm gonna tell you right now, straight up, if you are not losing, you are not following protocol, period, okay? We've been doing this for over 15 years, okay? I promise you, there is nothing wrong with you. Okay. Now, yes, I'm not going to disagree with you. I completely agree. You're probably eating the foods, right? But you're not weighing it out. You're not eating only these foods. Okay. And you're not being exact. Okay. That's the first thing I want to tell you guys. If you're telling me I'm following protocol and I'm not losing, you're not. Okay. I promise you, you're not. But this is why, okay, you've got to be honest with yourself. You've got to be honest with yourself, all right? If you're going to go through this and you're going to tell me every reason why it's not working, guess what? You're right. It's not going to work, okay? I just shared with you guys the story last week, right? With our girl Casey, right? How freaking awesome she's doing. And everything she found was a way to make it work, right? She found a way to make it work. There was never a reason why it wasn't. All we found were the ways to make it work. Okay. The next one I want to talk about, guys, right? This one's super important is, my doctor told me I had to get off the protocol. All right. I just want to remind you guys that if you know anybody who has had the gastric bypass, okay? Sorry, my puppy is down here and running around. Know anyone that's had the gastric bypass? And you ask them what they eat after, okay? You ask them what they eat after, or go Google, what do you eat after the gastric? How many calories am I getting in after the gastric? That'll solve everything, okay? So when these patients tell me that their doctor does not want them eating 4 ounces of protein, 8 ounces of veggies, their fruits, right? I tell them straight up, tell your doctor to call me. Tell your doctor to call me. Okay? We have literally changed people's lives. People get off all their medication. diabetes medication, cholesterol medication, right? But once again, guys, it's your mindset. It is your freaking mindset. Okay? You have got to stop waking up in the morning. You've got to stop falling off the wagon and then just beating yourself up. You've got to stop doing that, right? Because you will find a way of why you can't be successful in this journey, right? But instead, you've got to start talking to yourself nicely. You've got to start telling yourself why it's going to work, how it's going to work, right? No more why it's not, right? No more why it's not. But you have to start telling yourself every minute, every day, why it's going to work, why you're going to get healthy, why, right? No more why you can't, because you're right, you can't if you say you can't, okay? But you have to start finding the ways to tell yourself how, why, when, now you're going to do this, okay? And the last one, I totally just drew a blank. What is the last one I wanted to talk to you guys about? That it's not, I can't remember, okay? But what I want to remind you guys is, okay, if you tell yourself, I can't do this forever, you're right. You're not supposed to do this forever, right? Protocol has a purpose. It's one purpose. It's to get weight off quick, right? It's to reset everything. It's to get you to be in charge of your eating, right? Because that's what this is about. We have an eating problem. America has an eating problem. Okay? We have now made it so easy to get the worst food possible in 2 seconds, right? You can drive down any street and you can get any food you want that's terrible for you in 2 seconds. Okay? So I want you guys to know that you can do this. Okay? For example, as you guys know, right? People be telling me, oh, people do 3-4 day fasts, right? And it's so good for them, right? So good for them. Okay? So there are so many factors that you guys need to tell yourself, right? Yes, I can do this, right? Yes, I'm telling you right now, I know how freaking hard this is, okay? As you guys know, if you guys remember my messages, I've been out of control, right? I'm grateful that we have this challenge right now because that's keeping me a little bit in control, right? But I have not been doing the best these last 3 weeks, and I'm just like, come on, Soraya, pull it together. So guess what I'm doing today? I got to do something drastic. I got to do something drastic today because I got to start getting myself in charge of my mind, right? You are in control of your mind. Okay, so guess what I'm doing today? I'm doing a fast. Like, I got to nip this in the butt, right? I was just downstairs. Now, if I tell you guys, I was looking in the mirror because I was like, man, I'm getting hungry. I'm like, no, yeah, you are hungry. But guess what? You're stronger than that. You're in control of this today, Soraya. You're going to do what you say you're going to do today, Soraya, right? I went in the mirror and I looked at myself and I told myself that. Yes, you are going to do what you said you're going to do today, Soraya. You're going to fast today, right? Because you're not going to die by not eating for 24 hours. That's actually going to be really good for you. It's going to be good for you mentally. It's good for your body. It's good for your digestive system. So yes, Soraya, you are doing this today, right? Because you're out of control. And no, fasting, as you guys know, I've told you guys I've done a couple 72-hour fasts. No, you're not going to die. Right? No, you're not going to let those negative thoughts come into your mind and say, oh my gosh, no, because you're in control. Soraya, you've been out of control the last 3 weeks. You've had every excuse of why you ate this and why you ate that and da-da-da-da-da. Enough, right? I am in control. I am in control. My mind is not going to control me. Yes, I might be a little hungry, right? But I got a goal. I got a mission. Right? And that is what you guys have to tell yourself. But if you keep going through this life and you're tired of where you're at, but all you're going to do is tell me why it's not going to work, you are right. It will never work. But if you just change one thing, and instead of saying why it's not, why it is. Why it is going to work right now, this time, your whole life will change. Your whole life will change. And I promise you, you won't die by doing protocol. I promise you, if you're not losing right now, you're not following protocol. I will tell you straight up, you're not following protocol. You might follow protocol Monday, Wednesday, but Friday, Saturday, you didn't. You didn't follow protocol. Okay? And any doctor who tells you they don't want you to follow this, I'm serious. Tell them to call me. because I have never, ever talked to a doctor yet, ever, who told me that an obese patient should not be doing this program. If anything, I have tons of doctors that send me patients for them to do our program, okay? So when these patients, every once in a while, tell me, oh, my doctor said it's not, I'm just staring at it today, guys, because as you guys can tell, I had a patient this weekend. Bull crap, right? So if you're ready to say enough is enough. If you're ready to say, I'm going to start finding out the yeses, I'm going to start finding out how instead of why I can't, let's go, right? Let's go. But if all you're going to do is tell me why this isn't going to work, guys, it will never work. It will never work, right? So today, even if you don't follow it, wherever your plan is, at some point today, you kind of fall off. Don't you for a second say why. You find out how am I going to make sure that this works. Okay? This is what I was trying to talk to one of my patients this weekend about. That's having a rough patch. And she's telling me she's following protocol, right? And so it's, as the owner, guys, and to be honest with you, it's very hard because I would never want to offend them, right? But if we don't really dive in and look into where are we not doing something right? Because there's it's impossible that you're following protocol and not losing. Like, it's just impossible, right? And so, but you have to take that look inside of yourself and then figure out, okay, where am I struggling? And then now, why am I going to make sure I make this work, right? But if we don't know where it is, we can never fix it. We can never find a new solution to make sure that, hey, we don't allow this to happen anymore, right? So today, more than anything, guys, I want you guys to dive in, right? I want you guys to be like, I'm going to make this work, right? And anything that you're struggling with and you need help with, I want you to send me a message, right? Like, hey, this is where I struggle with. And then we're going to make a plan. Because without a plan, what do we have? Just a wish, right? No more wishing. We got a plan. We got to set goals, and then we got to hit them. We got to hit them. And you will, right? If you're willing to make some sacrifices, though. If you're willing to say, hey, you know what? Yes, this is what I'm going to do. Right? This is how I'm going to do it. And if we screw up, that's okay, right? I just told you guys, I've been screwing up the last 3 weeks. Right? I've been screwing up the last week, but who gives a freak, right? Because I know that in 2024, it's going to be my best freaking summer bod I've ever had, right? And so that's all that matters, is that I'm not saying it's too late or I can't. No, I'm going to figure out and find a way. And that's why today I am fasting, right? I am fasting today because it's like, no, Soraya, you got to get this under control. And you know where it starts? It starts here. It starts here, right? And so what I want you guys to do is, if you guys are having like those moments, you go look in the mirror. And you look inside your eyes and you tell yourself who you are. You tell yourself what you're going to do, right? You go walk yourself into that bathroom, into that mirror, and you be like, listen, this is what we're doing today. This is how we're doing it. And this is what's going to happen, right? I am finding a way. I am going to make this work, right? That's what you do today. Enough with why it's not. Okay? Enough with why you can't. Yes, you can. Okay? So I want you guys to know that wherever you're at, okay? I hope nobody gets upset with me, okay? And I want you guys to know that I'm not saying you're not following it, right? I'm sure you are. But we're missing a link somewhere. Because if you are weighing out every single food and you are being exact of 4 ounces and 8 ounces of veggies, I guarantee, that's why we have our guarantee. I know that it doesn't work for only these 80%. Doesn't work for 90%. It works for 100% for the people that weigh out their food, know exactly what they're eating, right? And follow the plan. Okay? We got this, Julie. I needed it too, right? It's all mental. It's all mental, okay? So guys, I want you to know I'm on your team, okay? I want you guys to know that I struggle with this more than any of you guys. Well, I shouldn't say that. I probably just as much, right? Just as much, okay? But I know that every single day, I am not going to find the reasons I can't, right? Not going to do that no more, ever, right? All I'm going to find is, why can't I do this? How can I do this? How do I make this work, right? That's how we get through this. Okay? All right, guys. Love ya. Have the best day ever. Okay? And I also want you guys to know, when you guys are watching all of these little influencers that are telling you, oh my gosh, I'm eating 2,500 calories and I'm eating 3,000 calories. I'm going to tell you right now, they might be. Okay? They might be. But they're also working out super hard. Okay? So don't fall for those freaking things that people want to try and make us feel all the time. Okay? What you got to do is you got to know where your calorie range is at. Okay? You want to eat more? Definitely, you got to move more. But where our society is right now, we don't move. We don't move. And we eat a lot of fast food. Okay? So we are in a totally different ballgame. Totally different ballgame, and you have to understand that. Okay? So I have these people say, oh man, I want to eat 25. You want to eat 2,500 calories? Awesome. You totally can. But you got to get moving then. You got to get moving way more than what you're doing right now. Way more if you want to eat 2,500 calories. But absolutely you can. But if we're saying that you want to stay the way that you want to stay, you don't want, you're at home, you're on your phone, you're on YouTube, you're on Netflix, okay? If you want to have that lifestyle that you're having right now, then I'm going to be straight with you, you're probably at 1,000 calories. Probably. Because we don't move. We don't move. Okay? And so that's what you guys have to start realizing. Yes, it sucks. Your calorie range is way lower than what, but if you want it to be higher, then you got to start moving. Okay? So it just depends on what you want. All right? But I had a girl this weekend also saying the same thing. Oh, well, my friend says she's eating 20. Oh, okay. Well, let's look at her activity level. Let's see how much exercise they want you to do, right? All those things are factors. All those things are factors. All right, guys, I love you. I'm pumped today. As you can tell, it's Monday. It always pumps me up. But I just want you guys to remember today, all we're going to focus on, all you're going to do is say why this can work. Get in the mirror, right? Go tell yourself what you're going to do today, right? And get after it. All right, guys, love you. Have the best day ever. Bye.